Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today in the woods. Today we're going to be doing a performance review of the Rooster Bowie. Handmade Bowie by Mars Fire Forge. Now the previous video I've posted on YouTube is the in-depth analysis of this knife, and now we're going to go out in the field like we are today and do some chopping, some fine work, and just see how it works in the field. So stay tuned, it's going to be a lot of fun. First place to start is fire. First place to start for fire is wood. Now, of course, I could snap this off. That's what I would do in real life. It's more energy efficient, but we're testing the knife here. So let's see how it does with some chopping. Okay, watch how this convex grind performs here. Notice how cross-grain cut this old seasoned maple. Now again, I do not recommend cross-grain cutting. It's not energy efficient. A saw is much better. But we're testing knife performance here. Notice again how I do that lanyard. That's going to keep this from slipping out even when I have gloves on. So let's do some chopping on this. I want you to notice how it's just exploding this thing. All right. Again, look at your cross grain. We got nice, clean cuts through there. This thing really bit deeply into that wood. It's not punky, listen. Solid wood, but we got through it actually surprisingly quickly. If you've been out camping, you've done some chopping with a knife, you're gonna see that video and say, all right, that's a little different than I'm used to. Here's a great piece, a nice standing piece of dead wood. It's a little sucker that's come off of this maple. You can hear it's nice and sturdy. It's not punky. So it's gonna be very dry. It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be a great wood for burning. Let's see how long it takes to chop on through it. And I like this because I've got the trees a backstop. If I mess up, I'm not going into my leg. That's a bonus. All right, this is hard stuff. Ho-ho. Look at that, folks. My lanyard broke. So we're gonna need to get a new one, make a new one there. Something stronger. That's how we test it. Maybe in some paracord next time. Now I gotta be careful. In fact, now I'm taking off the gloves because I don't want to let go of this knife. This is some really hard stuff. We're going in quite well. Notice how I'm just gonna slightly change my angle now and then. That's gonna make sure I do the best cutting I can do. Okay, and now we're at the point where this little guy, we can just push him over here, but it's going to get off through. Notice how every bite, every chomp is going in there nice and deep. I'll tell you what, that's some hardwood. You can hear it. Oh yeah, that's some stiff stuff. So you got that choil there, and you can choke up and do a lot of fine work with a big blade like this. I got a better piece of wood to kind of demonstrate the feather stick technique here. But so you see, I can utilize a big blade in a very fine way if I have a good grip and a well-made convex edge there. Whack that through. Right on the tip of the knife, through some knots, hardwood, freezing cold. Okay, so see how I've run out of tip? Well, listen, doesn't concern me at all. I just give the back a couple whacks there, and knock that deeper in, and then continue on. There we go. Go again. $650 custom Bowie knife here, and you can use it confidently for everything, just like a beater knife, because it should be made well. It is made well. Let's go through this last piece here. This is gonna make a nice hot fire. With that big blade, I can span the whole thing. Man, that's easy. Get started on a little figure 4 trap using some of the finer details of this knife. See how it turns out. Well, a bit hastily and poorly made, but nevertheless, this gives you the idea of the fact that the knife is able to do fine work. So these nice little notches, nice little points, all the little details that are needed to make a small trap like this. Rooster Bowie easily takes care of the whole thing. Well, I hope you've all had an opportunity to enjoy this in-field review of the Rooster Bowie custom hand-forged Bowie knife. It's held up great. It's in perfect condition. It's still shaving sharp and ready for many more adventures. It's been 18 degrees this whole time, so it's held up really well in that cold weather also. Hander was comfortable. The choil was really helpful. You know, all the design features on this worked out really well as we were out here testing it. And really, it's because this Bowie knife, it looks great, but it's not just for looks, it is for function. This is an old and functional design, so though it can look really nice and those nice angles and curves and whatnot on it, it performs great in the field. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to Mars Fire Forge, the channel. Please visit marsfireforge.com if you'd like something handmade for you, or to check out the ones we have there ready to sell or ready to go. Please contact me at marsfireforge@gmail.com if you just want to ask me a question about a knife, a custom knife possibility, something like that. I also have Instagram, marsfireforge, if you'd like to check that out. Thanks so much. Subscribe and comment below, and I will get back to you with whatever you're saying. Thanks, guys.